Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're sitting with my friend Omar Bam, who I actually know from college. And we're gonna discuss cryptocurrency because I have no idea what that is, but it seems to be blowing up all over the place. And let's get right into it, I guess.
Okay.
So my first question, the most obvious one, what is Bitcoin or cryptocurrency?
That's a wonderful question, Jason.
Thank you, I tend to have those.
Yes, well, well, you know, people, the first thing that you have to ask is, what is money? Money is something that stores value for the work you put into it, and then you can exchange that value in the future for somebody else's services or products, right? That's what money is.
Right.
So people have been lied to, basically, because the dollar keeps getting inflated by central powers who issue the currency. Yeah, and then therefore they can issue the power to different people. When it comes to cryptocurrency, we all issue the cryptocurrency ourselves by a process called mining, where we all get a copy of every single Bitcoin and where it is and where it's gonna be and who's sending what, basically. And by doing that, we get paid cryptocurrency for verifying that, in fact, the ledger is accurate. The balances of everybody's account is accurate.
Where did this even come from? Because it's not like, see, with like dollar and like gold, it's like tangible objects.
Right.
So where I'm having difficulty wrapping my mind around with the whole cryptocurrency thing, it's like, it's not really like a physical object.
Right.
So where did it come from? Like, how is, I guess, the value stored? Or
well, again, I'm going to point at the dollar and say that it used to be backed by gold, but since 1971 it hasn't been. And therefore we all believe, that's what money is, it's faith. We are all living an illusion, a mass illusion as to what money is. But at any point, it could be worth nothing to people if a different currency looks better than the dollar.
So just cryptocurrency.
So just cryptocurrency, because it's got a limit in supply. There's only 21 million that will ever exist of the Bitcoin, instead of like $4 quadrillion worth of wealth that currently exists in the world's money. So,
so there will only ever be 21 million.
21 million ever, and there are less than 17 million, I believe, right now that actually exist.
Who decided on that? Like, how does that?
Yeah, there was this a hacker forum. All these hacker cryptographic anarchists basically used to chat online and anonymously. And then one day, this individual woman, man, corporation, I think it was an alien or god, published
some random figure
decided to put up this paper, a white paper, which basically described how Bitcoin would work and why it was a better system than the one that we all know right now for money. And everybody's like, okay, cool, it's probably not gonna take off, but let's give it a try. So it just basically was a piece of paper that outlined the technology called blockchain, which is what Bitcoin runs on, Ethereum, Litecoin, all these different currencies use something called the blockchain, which is like saying the internet exists, but now that the internet exists, I can build Facebook on it, or Snapchat, or Twitter. So yeah, so think of blockchain like the internet. You can use that technology to build something. Well, really using it. It's more like fire, and then I can build a furnace using fire, or I can build something else. But that fire was blockchain technology, and Bitcoin is one of them. But there are a lot of them that exist now. The first one, though, was that first one by Satoshi Nakamoto, which was yeah, it's kind of
is Bitcoin.
That is Bitcoin. That's the creator of Bitcoin. No one knows who it was. The person disappeared after 2011, and the price has just been soaring ever since.
When people refer to Bitcoin, they think it's like the one and only like internet money, or well, is what the common people are calling it.
Yeah.
But you're saying that there's more different kinds of cryptocurrency.
They get really exciting because Bitcoin to me is almost a dinosaur now. It's really, really slow. Really? Yeah, if you try to send a Bitcoin transaction, it might take 50 minutes to send. So when I first used Bitcoin back in 2013 or 2012, I thought, this is super slow. I'm not gonna sit at the checkout counter at the supermarket for 50 minutes while I wait for my Bitcoin to transfer. Or stand there in front of the lady while we awkwardly stare at each other on our phones to see if the line forms behind us and people are throwing shoes at us.
Yeah.
It's just never gonna work. So some of these currencies actually are a lot faster. So instead of confirming in like 15 minutes or 45 minutes, they'll confirm in 2 minutes. Or like Ethereum is hoping to be about 2 seconds. So therefore it can rival Visa, it can rival all these things, while being a non-centrally issued currency where you can earn cryptocurrency just by leaving a computer on like I do all day.
Is there anything really that you can buy with Bitcoin?
You
like
can buy
where
anything.
Can you go and...
It's what can't you buy with Bitcoin? I've seen people buy cars. You can buy a Lamborghini in Newport Beach with Bitcoin. You can buy anything on Amazon using purse.io. You can buy anything in the world with Bitcoin. And oftentimes you'll get a discount. You'll get 10% off for paying in Bitcoin because,
really?
Yeah, a lot of these merchants are realizing, especially those who were accepting Bitcoin in 2013, that Bitcoin back then, or 2015, when I started using it, the price of Bitcoin was $280. And now it's sitting around $15,000. So if you had been accepting Bitcoin and holding that, you basically have way more money than you would have if you would have just accepted dollars. They charge you a 2.5% fee, I believe is American Express as a merchant. So every time you swipe your card, that merchant is losing 2.5% of that sale to American Express if you use American Express, whereas with Bitcoin, it would not be the case. Okay. Well, some of these currencies. Instead, that transaction fee goes, because there is going to be a fee, right? Somebody needs to accept the fee to keep the network running. And so that fee that you pay by sending the transaction goes to the miners, or the people who are getting a copy again of every transaction ever by connecting their computer to the internet and letting their computer run intense mathematical problems to solve that. I indeed send Jason a Bitcoin and you send Sally a Bitcoin. It's completely different than what you're used to. I mean, that's just a blockchain technology.
So it's like a built-in kind of like checks and balances system.
Exactly,
like,
man. It's a checks and balances system. That's a really beautiful way to put it. It's got incentives because the miners want to make money for leaving on their computers all day and spending money on electricity. And then you want your transactions to go through, so you are willing to pay the miners. But what it does is it cuts out the banks. I can walk,
so you're functioning kind of like as a bank, because you are
bank,
a miner, correct?
And you could function as a bank even without being a miner, because just by you holding Bitcoin in your pocket, or remembering the private keys to your Bitcoin wallet, means that I can walk across the airport with millions, billions, trillions dollars worth of money and not have to write there, I have $10,000 when traveling internationally. I can move with just my brain if I remember all these different numbers that are that's my account on the Bitcoin network. And nobody can move your Bitcoin without your permission, without those numbers, basically. So this is a device that I plug into my computer, and without this device, I cannot move my Bitcoin.
This is a Bitcoin wallet.
This is a Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. It holds a bunch of different cryptocurrencies in it. I can install different applications, and I have to hit the buttons in order to send. Without having this device physically present, you cannot send.
So where do you get a Bitcoin wallet?
Okay, well, there's a lot of different places you can get a Bitcoin wallet. You can go to Coinbase and you can get a wallet that lives on a website. Somebody else manages your keys for you. They do everything for you, and it can be secure. You can buy one of these devices. So this is a Ledger Nano S, and this device you can buy for like 80 bucks. Once you start having a lot of money, you want to be very careful with security. And this Ledger Nano S is one of the most secure devices. It has a little screen you can get. So this is something I would highly recommend moving your Bitcoin or cryptocurrency into once you have a sizable amount inside that you don't want to lose. But it's I think it's like $100 for this device, so you definitely.
And it lives in here.
It lives.
So it's not like online.
With this, that's a good way to put it.
Okay.
The thing with Bitcoin is that Bitcoin it works on like a password. To access your Bitcoin, you just need a password. Think of it that way.
Okay.
And that password is what's called a private key. It's private. You don't want to reveal that to anybody ever. And then if you're trying to send Bitcoin to an address, like if you want to send me Bitcoin, I would give you what's called my public key. So I can give that to anybody. So you would go into your wallet and it would ask you for the public key you want to send to. You would copy and paste the public key I send you through email or whatever. And you would be like, I want to send Omar 2 Litecoin. So you would paste that private key inside of your Litecoin app or wallet, and you'd send it to me. But you would never want to show your private key to me, ever. Because then I could move your Litecoin by putting that private key in a different wallet or whatever.
Okay, so it's like an account number and like routing number.
Exactly. Okay. And it's just one number. It's just a private key. Well, I'm
assuming it's like a very long number.
It's a long number.
You said copy and paste.
Yeah, you always want to copy and paste. Never try to write it down, because I've seen people miss capitalizations or numbers, and you will lose that Bitcoin forever. There's no getting it back. So you always copy and paste and check the first and last digits, and maybe even some of the middle digits if you want to. But always double check what you're sending to.
So you definitely think that this will take over modern currency?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. It's already beginning. It's a black hole sucking in money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, it's he who issues the money issues the power. And what that means is that we have these people on top, right? The 1% who run the companies. We have 6 media conglomerates. You have like people running Fox, are the same people running CNBC, are the same people running CNN. Like they all go to the top.
Yeah.
And it's propaganda. We have this we have this system whereby we don't have real money. We have people at the top winning at the and we're all their peons, basically. It's a system where they are printing more money to pay their own bad debts. They keep letting us take out credit card loans and lending us money. The whole system of money is just really weird. It's complicated intentionally so that we don't know. Bitcoin is beautiful and simple and mathematical. We know how much will ever exxt.
Sounds a little complicated to me. just a little.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
Okay.
But the beauty of it is that it's limited. So again, they're printing like there's $20 trillion worth of debt in existence right now. Mm-hmm. If just a percentage of that goes into Bitcoin, which is we're beginning to see from Wall Street, who's now getting excited in this, you could easily see Bitcoin soar to $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 per Bitcoin, or $1 million. Yeah, if every millionaire in the world wanted to have one Bitcoin, it would not be possible. Let's put it that way. So if you were to have one Bitcoin right now, you would have more than most people might in the future.
Okay.
So you just hold that.
Yeah.
Hodl. You
But
hold
it's
on
like
for your
at
life.
$15,000 at the moment.
You don't have to buy a hold one either. That's something else. As you know already, you have a piece of Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, that's another thing that, because I have been telling people, hey, I got into Bitcoin, and they're like, what is that? You don't have to own one Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Have like a piece of it.
A piece of a Bitcoin.
So how does that work?
Well, let's say the Bitcoin price is $15,000 today, and you put in, let's say, $5,000, so that would be 33% into that. So you have 33% of a Bitcoin.
It's kind of like
a third of a Bitcoin.
Like breaking a dollar. It's like
yeah, exactly. It's like dividing a dollar.
You'll have a penny, not like
yeah. And
okay.
And so the thing is, if Bitcoin goes up to $30,000 tomorrow and it's at $15,000 today, that's a 100% increase. It went up 100%, and that means if you do the math, we'll just carry it over. You only put in 5,000, let's say 33%. So you just double that. If Bitcoin went up 100%, your profits, well, what could be your profits if you decided to cash out, would be 100% more than they were today. So you'd have $10,000 if Bitcoin went to 30,000. Now, if you had bought a whole Bitcoin, you would have the full 30,000. So you would have made more theoretical dollars or whatever. But if you only put in $100, then you're still making 100%. That's $200. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Think of it in percentages.
So another thing that I've seen people like be hesitant about is that everyone keeps saying and repeating how volatile Bitcoin can be. So a lot of people are hesitant to even like purchase a little portion of it because they don't want to lose any money. But you seem pretty confident that it's going to skyrocket and become pretty cemented.
Yes, I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be Bitcoin. It could be something else, maybe even a digital cryptocurrency we haven't seen yet, or one that already exists. There are multiple cryptocurrencies I'm very excited about. Like Dash allows you to instantly and privately send. So Dash is amazing. And
that's another app.
Yeah, that's another cryptocurrency. And they're trying to be very mainstream. They're trying to overtake PayPal right now. They're on the way. They're in the same building as PayPal.
Really?
Yeah, and they're taking blows to PayPal. They're working on it. So we have that. Ethereum is the most exciting to me because Ethereum is why I started my entire YouTube channel, because I was mind blown when I looked at Ethereum. Because Bitcoin, like I said before, was super slow.
Is there a possibility if someone invests money in it that it could just like go away?
It could only... Well, it could go away if they shut down the internet. But if they shut down the internet, for example, then like we wouldn't have stuff in the supermarket because they wouldn't be able to get the food there because the truck driver wouldn't be able to get information from the supplier or the distributor. So our whole economy works on the internet. So that's very unlikely.
Okay.
Or they could shut down everybody who's mining.
I'm less nervous about investing in it now because I'm like, what if it goes away?
Yeah. And the other thing is also like, I'm mining. I told you, I keep a computer on validating these transactions. So unless everybody at the same time try to shut down their computers, they wouldn't be able to because I have a copy of what's happened before. So if they shut down every computer except for mine, I still have a copy to share with the rest of the network when everybody comes back online. So that's the other beauty of it. It's immutable. You can't really change the history of Bitcoin.
But you're talking about all these other cryptocurrencies. Where would someone who wants to get into that, what would be the best way for them to, I guess, start trading or buying or whatever the term is?
Based on your level of experience, if you're new to this, I recommend you don't do much trading. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend you do too much trading in between these other coins because you might not you might make a mistake. You might not be aware of
and
how
lose
trading works.
all of your money.
Yeah,
and
if
your
you're
clothing,
gonna, if you
your
have
property.
to, if you must, it's way better than trading stocks. Because with stocks, you know, you won't lose your shirt after 4 p.m. The stock market closes. You can't trade stocks after 4, or on the weekends or holidays. With crypto, it's 24 hours a day. So like, you could be there up all night trading and making money on buying low and selling high.
Or losing money.
Or losing money is more likely, especially if you're early on. Because people with a lot more money than you or I are manipulating the market up and down to take advantage of us. But it's a great market for trading if you do want to do it. But some good references if you want to know. Besides Coinbase, which hopefully we'll be adding more coins very soon, I heard, where you can buy only Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, is you can head over to coinmarketcap.com, and then you can see over 1,300 cryptocurrencies that exist.
Holy crap, there's that many?
Yeah, and then you can see them in order based on how much value people have put into that system. So like they go all the way back. If you get into one that has a smaller market cap, but you think is incredibly going to change the world, and it soars, it's more likely that you're going to get a bigger return in profit than from Bitcoin that already has a huge market cap value.
Yeah.
If you get something with a lower value and then people discover it, and then you could easily make way more money than Bitcoin. So sometimes it's a good opportunity, but you want to start off slow. Don't trade more than, I would say, probably like 3% or 5% of your total holdings, as I recommend, if you have to. And then websites, if you actually want to trade these things, you can head over to poloniex.com. You can head over to binance.com. You can go to Bittrex, Bittrex.com.
So overwhelmed.
Yeah, and you just send your Bitcoin there from Coinbase, for example, and trade for these different cryptocurrencies, and then withdraw whatever cryptocurrency you bought to that cryptocurrency's wallet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned mining a lot.
Yeah.
What is mining? Because I picture like a man with a pickaxe and like down in a cave. And you're currently doing it. He has this like huge computer over here on a chair that's just like running, doing mining. Yeah, and
this one too. That's why the case is
I thought it was an amp.
Yeah, no, it's a computer.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So what is that? And can you buy these? Do you I know you said you built it yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't do that. So yeah, talk about mining. What is it?
Okay, so we're gonna have to go back a little bit again. So it's the checks and balances system. It's the checks and balances. So to sum it up, let me try to do it real quick. When you remember, when you get a balance sheet, everybody has this amount of money and this amount of money. It's a ledger. That's what they call a ledger. It's a ledger of how much money like Seuss and Ben, and so therefore how much money Seuss still has left over, and now you update the next line to say how much Ben has. Just a bunch of lines of a bunch of transactions is what a ledger is. So instead of saying the word ledger, let's change that word to block. So so that page of transactions is called a block. And so the Bitcoin network works where every single 10 minutes there's a block, a different block. It's just every single transaction that has happened over the last 10 minutes is fit into one block, a digital page of that ledger. It's just one block.
Okay.
So as a miner, what we do is we get a copy of all of the blocks that have ever happened until right now by spending way too much on your hard drive to like download that.
I mean, this is impressive. Both computers.
It might take 2 weeks to do. There are simpler ways of mining, but yeah, at its basic, that's what you do is you download everything that's ever happened. Therefore, you have proof. You can't change it. Like I could literally go to Bank of America and hack their servers and change everybody's accounts if I wanted to, because Bank of America controls.
He's not going to do that. Do not come crashing down.
But if you know how to do it,
me too.
Alright, I'll get you if they call me first.
Okay, great, thanks. What are friends for, right?
Right. And
okay.
Yeah.
So this can't be changed.
So it can't be changed. So well, the block can't be changed. So what I do is I get a copy of every single block that ever happened. And then in the next 10 minutes, another block is going to come out, because between now and 10 minutes from now, there's going to be a bunch of people around the world trying to move Bitcoin. And therefore, I am going to have my computer do intense math to be the first one to prove that this next block, this is in fact what happened. How it happens is it involves a lot of math, basically. You just run a piece of software like an application, and it just does all the math for you.
Okay.
But it just gets a copy of everything, and if your computer is the first computer to solve where all the Bitcoin went based on all the other computers like coming to consensus, then you get a reward. You get a reward of 50 Bitcoin back in 2009 when it came out, which would be worth how much now? 50 times 15,000. I'm not good at math.
God, a lot. You're not good at math, and yet you have supercomputers basically like running complex mathematical equations.
They do the math for me. I just plug stuff on. I just plug stuff in.
All right, well, thanks for chatting with me and educating all of us about Bitcoin. I think I learned a lot. Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, I'm happy to plant the seeds. I hope that at least next time you hear the words mining, you'll have somewhat of context to understand. I'll be
like that thing in Omar's apartment.
Yeah, that thing in Omar's apartment, and you have a little bit more confidence in cryptocurrency and understanding, man. So yeah, I'm excited for you and for everybody else. If you'd like to follow the news, I have a YouTube channel, Crypt0, Crypt0. I do daily videos. I try to keep them fun and light.
Yeah, I've watched some of them, and I was it's still confusing, but I'm learning.
Yeah, I have actually a really good introduction to cryptocurrency video there. Like,
I saw that one.
Oh yeah,
I saw that one.
Yeah, and so this kind of reminded me of that because I haven't done an interview like this since then. So thank you for watching that and for the support, man. Thanks so much for having me on your show. And
thanks for being on my show, and thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, take care, guys.
All right, see ya.